We're out here in Port St. Lucie, hurricane season's coming, and you probably had the thought, I wonder how my roof's gonna do this year. But you're a homeowner, you don't wanna get up on your roof. We're gonna make a little video kind of giving you our best way to inspect the roof without getting up there. If you're willing to get on a stepladder, that'll help you out a little bit, but let's just take a lap first. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a lap around the whole house and look up underneath at my soffit and my fascia. This can tell you a lot. So for example, I'm looking for little water stains or any like black algae looking stuff, and I see some here. So all this black algae and brown water stains, you may find them on your house up under here, and that's not normal. Because your soffits are underneath here, they don't really take a lot of water. So all these signs of moisture and water staining means there's an issue above here, 100% of the time. Anytime you see brown water stains or any like green algae, that's water. And there's probably water somewhere above there. And it's really easy to peek under this if you have a little stepladder and you just pull this down a little bit. It's very fragile. And now I can see what's going on above there. And what do I see? I see a giant hole in the roof. I knew it because I saw the signs of it. And 100% of the time, if I see those signs, there's going to be an issue here. So you as the homeowner could look and go, oh my God, I got a hole in my roof. And you're not a roof expert. You just looked up at your soffit, saw water stains, took a peek, and now you know you have a hole in your roof. So now at this point, I wouldn't recommend trying to repair your roof yourself, but at least you found the issue yourself, and now you can call someone like me to get up there and figure out what's going on, which I'm gonna do now and we'll show you. So here's our problem area, so let's see what's going on. Obviously, first of all, we had a hole. You can feel it. There's nothing under there. But what caused the hole? And it's this little area here. So if you see this metal that I'm pointing to now, the white metal, this is called drip edge. This keeps the water out from the edges of your roof. But we have this goofy little area here. And for some reason, this metal flashing is outside the drip edge, which is no good because water travels down the roof and gets behind this flashing. The purpose of this metal is to keep all the water out of this joint. So we would have needed to tuck this underneath this metal so that as water comes down, it gets sent over top of this metal, not behind it. Really stupid, silly mistake that created a hole in the roof. The other thing is there's metal in this valley, this little line. There's metal underneath the shingles, and we should have extended the metal way out here so we keep all the water out of this little crevice. But because there's no metal here, the water travels down this line and it gets in this vulnerable area. But if we would have extended the valley way out here, we'd have solid metal, which would send all the water from here way out to this point and into the gutter. So two different issues that created this giant hole in the roof, but very easy to fix. If you're able to, you would want to come up here and look inside your gutters. So we're going to do that. What are we looking for? All this sand in the gutters, that's from the shingles. The granulars are what protect the fiberglass matting in the shingles and give it longevity. But when they get old, they start to lose all their protection, and that's when you know you need to replace your roof. So if you have a ton of this crap in your gutters, you know your shingles are very old and it might be time for a new roof. So if you can get up here and look yourself, that'd be helpful. Or maybe you don't have gutters and you just notice all this dirty sand on your driveway all the time, and that would tell you the same thing. The other way you can kind of check if you would have this sand in your gutters without actually coming up here would be to look at your roof from the ground, and if you can see like shininess coming off your roof, like almost like sparkly, like glimmering a type of look, you know that you're losing a lot of your granulars because that's the interior of the shingle. So if you can see like anything shiny coming off of your shingles, there's a good chance your shingles are pretty worn. So we're in Florida. These screen rooms are very common. And these screen rooms are always attached to the house by what we call a super gutter. And that's this gutter right here. These things give people problems a lot. Luckily, this homeowner doesn't have problems because it was installed correctly. But this functions as a gutter to catch rainwater and as a structural component of the whole screen room. So you can see all the metal supports are tied into the super gutter, which means when you have a problem with these, it's a big project because we have to unattach the whole screen enclosure from the house to deal with the gutter issue. And it's really easy to find out if you have issues with these. You can look up at it and look for little green algae looking stains. That's what starts to grow on these. You can look for water stains on the ground underneath where the gutter is, or you can just stand back and look at the gutter. Because a common issue with these things, when we install gutters, we install them on a slope so that the water drains where it's supposed to be. But the guys that install these are screen guys, they're not gutter guys, and sometimes they install the gutters dead flat. So when the rainwater comes into them, it doesn't go anywhere and they fill up with water, which wears on all the sealants, it wears on all the fasteners, and it causes issues. But on this guy's house, I can clearly see that my drain's over there and the gutter's higher on this end than it is on that end, meaning that it's draining well. There's no issues. Same thing here. my gutter's higher on this side than it is on this side, which is where the drain is, which is where we want to send it. So he's got no drainage issues, and when I get up on the roof and I look inside of there, these gutters are completely clean. So in this homeowner's case, he doesn't have a problem, but we see problems with these all the time. So on top of taking a lap around your house and looking up at the soffit and fascia, you can check your gutters. When you're stepping back to look at your roof, just look for anything obvious. You don't have to be a roof expert to see that one shingle's lifted up, and it shouldn't be that way. All your shingles should be nice and flat. If you see an area where it looks like a shingle's missing, or an area where something's lifted up, it'd be worthwhile to call a roofer out because it shouldn't look like that. So there you go. We made this video so that you don't necessarily have to call the roofer to get your roof inspection. Just take a look around, follow what I told you in this video, and if you find any issues, then you can give us a call.